Hello, dear viewers. Thank you so much for joining me today. I would like to read on the articles of impeachment. They were announced by Nancy Pelosi, Adam Schiff, and Jerry Nadler has had his say about them too. So, my immediate feeling about them was, why only two? However, I know that Adam Schiff explained that it may take so many months and months and months if they got into other things. I believe that's what he was trying to say. I have to take it to the board because I want to see, what Spirit has to tell me about that. Is it all right there are just two? Abuse of power and obstruction of Congress. Is it all right? I feel like they could have brought bribery. Okay, I'm just going to ask. Spirit, what do you want us to know about this in general? How about that? Okay. And in the heart of the matter, we have the 9 of coins. Okay. The clarifier is the 6 of coins. There is something about, the 9 of coins is about, it's the self-made person, the self-made woman, self-made man. This is the person who enjoys their luxuries. It's a priority for them to enjoy what they've earned. Nothing wrong with that. There's an abundance there. The 6 of Cups is the clarifier, it's the challenge, I mean. And so the 6 of Cups is about nostalgia. And looking back, okay, I'm thinking what I've got, and the 9 of coins can also be sitting pretty. Yeah, I think this was thought about with much deliberation. Much deliberation. And they were looking back at previous impeachments and also Trump's obstruction of Congress and assuming that would go on, and absolutely it would go on. It was the result of much deliberation, and they feel like they're sitting pretty with these 2 articles. They feel like they have so much proof that these are the 2 articles that the senators, even the Republican senators, would have a hard time saying, that's what it is. Okay, I'm seeing it. They would have a hard time saying, there's no basis for this. There's no grounds. They would have a hard time. That's why they did it. That's why they winnowed it down to 2. Because they want to put as much pressure as possible on the Republican senators to flip against Trump. They want the Republican senators to lose their reputations if they're going to sit there and lie and say there's not enough evidence to convict of these 2 things. Because of course there is. There's more than enough. There's enough evidence for bribery, for goodness sakes. But they want to limit the amount that the Republicans can muddy the waters. They don't want to have, they are thinking about everything. They're thinking about the hearings. They're thinking about the Republicans' opportunity to come in and develop an alternate narrative. And they're thinking about how long the Republicans could take, how much airwave space the Republicans could take to do that in the Senate. This is why. Okay. I'm concerned, of course, at hearing that. I was concerned, are they giving up? Are they just saying, well, the Senate will vote it down anyway, let's get it over with? And is that the right strategy? And what I'm hearing is it's not about giving up or not giving up. They are being absolutely realistic about how they believe this will proceed. And they're looking at the different senators, and they're looking at public opinion, and they're looking at things that really haven't had the effect you'd think they would have had in the past with this president. Okay. All right. They made a judgment call. Whether they're right or wrong to make this judgment call, I guess we will find out. But I feel like what I'm hearing is this what maybe the best possible decisions that they could make, possibly. See, yeah, because even if it doesn't work out in the end and the president is not convicted in the Senate because it is Republican majority, then we can't then say, well, they must have taken the wrong tack, because, you know, we keep getting that 8 of Swords for the Democrats until 2020, right? After the 2018 elections. Okay, so I am hearing a lot. I was hoping once I started throwing some cards on the board, I would start to hear, and sure enough. Okay, underneath it all, we have the Page of Swords. There will be some surprises coming out, though. Oh, that's interesting. There will be surprises. The Page of Swords, he's looking over his shoulder. A lot of times he's looking like the spy, or the person who's overhearing some things, the person who's taking some notes, the person who's observing, and may not even be higher level, maybe looking like he's going about his duties or her duties, but listening. So there will be some surprises that come out. In the past, we have the Death card. Okay, I think that was grappling with the limitations, perhaps. It's a decision. A decision was made. Yes, it was. There was lively debate. I'm seeing it now. You know, they've all agreed to present a united front, but there are a number of Democrats there's Democrats on both committees, the Intel Committee and the Judiciary Committee, and the Oversight, all three of those. There are Democrats who do not agree with this. So there was a lot of lively debate. But a decision was made, a strategy was chosen, and they will now present a unified front. This is why I wanted to read on this. I feel like there's a lot going on behind the scenes that we're just not hearing. And I think we will hear a little bit more about disagreement. But it will be like rumor form. You know, I think they're going to publicly kind of stand together through this. Yeah, not 100%, but pretty much. So, yeah. Yeah, there will be a point at which some Democratic Republicans or senators, a couple, maybe speak out, I think, and express some doubt about this strategy. Okay. But a decision was made. Above it all, we have the Ace of Cups. Lots of dirt there. In these readings, that card is meant, the cup overfloweth. I started asking that question, how much is in the Mueller report? How much is in this? How much is behind the scenes? And we keep getting that, like, our cup runneth over, like, oh, there's plenty there, you know, like that. Okay, so in the immediate future, oh, we have the 8 of Cups. Somebody is leaving. We'll have to clarify that one. My gosh, I'll lay these last ones and we'll come back. The 8 of Coins. Down at the root of the matter. Being productive, learning, apprentice. I do think, believe it or not, the Republicans will really, they're going to hammer it intent. That's the issue. They're going to see so many of these things require intent to prove. And they're going to hammer it like they have been. He's new to politics. You cannot prove he intended this. It'll be that kind of thing. Okay. We have the 5 of Wands in the immediate environment. Still lots of political debate. And I think that validates what I was seeing about very lively political debate and disagreement among the Democrats about how to go with this. And in the outcome, we have the Continuing, we get the High Priestess for the outcome. Many deep mysteries. No wonder I wanted to take this to the board. I feel like there are so many things that went into these articles of impeachment that we just don't know. Deep mysteries, secrets. I got to tell you, I do sense that there's some cooperation with the Republicans. You know, this wasn't simply, I mean, there's meetings. There's meetings that occur behind the scenes, or emails, or phone calls that occur behind the scenes. They have to know what's likely to work, what's not likely to work. I get this funny feeling, though, sometimes like there's too much cooperation. You know, too much. Let's see what the clarifier is. Secrets. Ooh, the moon clarifies the High Priestess. Boy, we got the 2 secrets cards for the outcome. Some things will remain secret. Well, that's not my favorite. All right, but then all things take time. All things take time. Okay. Now, I'm looking at this 8 of Cups here in the immediate future. So who's a leaving? 2 of Swords. Okay, so I think that is, we've been seeing the leaving card pretty regularly for Trump, but we've been seeing that for a while. And I think that comes up to tell us when it's being actively considered and talked about and discussed, and especially with this 2 of Swords. Decision to be made, plan A or plan B. Oh, I feel like Nancy Pelosi's had a conversation, maybe even with Mitch McConnell. And I believe maybe the 2 of them, but in any case, she's in on however the conversation went. And it's about, do you intend to take a stand against him? Do you intend to take a different tack with this president? Do you intend to encourage him to resign? And I feel like Mitch McConnell told her, you know, that not at this time. But it is 2 of the plan. It is one of the plans. It is a possibility. And I think she's been in Washington long enough. She knew exactly the kinds of things that the Republicans are considering regarding their own chances for re-election. So it doesn't have to be, there don't have to be a lot of words. There don't have to be a lot of words, because they've, you know, they know what each other's priorities are. They know what each other's playbook is for the most part. But this one flips out just in case we were losing hope. There's hopefulness. There is no reason to lose hope. Lots more truth comes out. This is all so good. This is all so good for shaping up slightly shady and very shady things that happen in Washington. You know, the more that comes out, the better. New norms will be set. You know, we worry a lot about the norms that President Trump is setting by getting away with this and getting away with that, and oh my gosh. But there will be a tremendous backlash against that in the coming years. And their new norms will be set that will be better. That will be better, I believe. But, you know, as I'm saying that, I hear in my ear, now don't give them the impression all this is going to happen right away. You know, this takes time. Right. It's more like a, you know, as people look back and they see the Trump presidency as a huge watershed moment where our democracy had to really be picked apart and looked at and examined, and how we're working, how it's working, and how is it serving the people. So this is the watershed moment, and we are living through it. But we're instructed to be hopeful. And whenever that hope card comes out, that star card comes out, I really take it seriously, guys. I really, really do. Because I have never seen a time when it came out that something terrible then, you know, that there was some evidence that we should have been hopeful about that thing. You know, I've always seen it have a good promise. So, I want to clarify a little bit. What about this death card? We have the 2 of Cups. Oh. So yes, a decision was made. Oh, okay. Well, yeah. So maybe yes, in conversations with the Republicans too. Like, they wanted to know likely outcomes. Right. But this can also be this is a death blow. Like the Democrats want to break up the Republicans, that unified front, and make it so that they really have to be painfully dishonest, obviously dishonest, in failing to convict the president. And they have to come up against that decision because the Democrats are indeed hopeful that they will have to vote to convict, that things will have changed. And Democrats are, the two articles, they are keeping it simple. Oh, yes. Oh, gosh, yeah. Also, so that the American public can understand, that it's simpler. Because they really do need to get some of Trump's base better informed. They really, really do. So there's that. And also, they may not have wanted to do something like bribery, because then if the Senate said, oh, he's acquitted of all things, then that could be quite a tagline for Trump. Found innocent of all this, which is not true. But, it sort of shuts the book on that in a way. And I think Pelosi was honest when she said she'd rather see him in jail for this. I think she was honest about that. I also think she was honest that she prays for him. But I think for her, the rules and the law are very important, and she would like to see them strengthened and upheld. So, wow. Well, that was very helpful. Okay, well, thank you very much, Spirit, for giving us a little more info. Thank you. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.